Hey everybody, hope your weekend's going well. Well, today's episode is going to be a little bit of a mixed bag. I had an email from some relatives and some friends, and they liked the Acadian recipes I did, and they wanted another one. So I said, okay, I'll do an old-fashioned molasses donut, sort of in the style of the way my grandmother used to do it. And also I got texts and emails from a few friends saying, I want to get into dehydrating fruit and food and stuff like that. And I said, okay, I mean, it's not that difficult, but it's important. If you have surplus extra fruit, something's on sale at the market and you got too much of it and you don't want to throw it out or let it rot, dehydration is the way to go. So on today's episode, molasses donut, dehydrating fruit. Let's go. Acadian molasses donuts. Okay, so we're going to need some dried ginger, a little bit of cinnamon for flavor, and of course, molasses, 120 mils. Now it gives it a lot of minerals and a good sweetness to it. We're also going to need 2 tablespoons of butter, which we're going to melt. And for our dry ingredients, we're going to need 330 grams of flour, all-purpose in this case, about 19 grams of baking powder to give it some lift, and the spices that we mentioned earlier, just going to grind them up into a powder. We put that in with our other dry ingredients. And this is going to give a little spiciness, almost like a gingerbread. Now, an important step is to sift everything. This aerates it, and also it mixes in all the ingredients together so you won't have an uneven distribution of your leavening agents and your spices. For the liquid ingredients, we're going to use 60 mils of buttermilk and a bit of baking soda, 6 grams in this case. The pH in the buttermilk activates these chemical leavening agents. In a separate bowl, we're going to need 1 egg and about 100 grams of sugar. Now we're going to whisk this all together till it becomes a homogeneous mass, and then we're going to add our molasses to it. Now it's going to take some time for the molasses to heat up and incorporate, so don't worry. It might look stringy at first, but just let the machine do the work. Then we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of melted butter to it, followed by our buttermilk mixture with all the baking soda in it. You'll notice that it starts to lighten up, and then we add our dry ingredients. It's just like making a cake. Very simple. Incorporate gradually, make sure there's no lumps, and eventually it becomes a big mass. So then we flour our work surface. Then we have our dough. And we're going to put it down, roll it out to about 1/2 inch thick, get some cookie cutters, and we're going to start cutting out our shapes of little donuts. So press and cut. Have all our donuts ready. Slash them if you like, and fry them. Put them in a deep fry for 375 for about a minute till it goes to the surface, and these little donut holes come out yummy. So now we're going to do drying of apples, plums, and ginger. Now drying's been with us for thousands of years, and the main concept is dry heat, very low humidity. So in the case of the ginger, it's very straightforward. Just slice it into workable pieces. We're going to put it on a drying rack. In the case of the apple, there's a little more work, but not that much. You core it, you peel it, then you slice it into a workable form. There are many types of dehydrators on the market. Some heat from below, some heat from behind, different price ranges. The main thing is good temperature and good airflow. So now I put the apple slices down on the dehydrator, try to make sure they don't touch each other, and it ensures for good air circulation. Then once that's done, you put another rack on top, then you follow it up with the ginger. Now we're going to get ready to process the plums. Now with most stone fruit, you have to do this sort of method. Get some boiling water on the go, put the plums into the boiling water, you blanch them for 30 seconds, then we fish them out and we put them under a bath of cold water. Now this helps release the skins and also facilitates the loosening of the stone. So you follow the natural indentation, you cut the fruit in half, give it a twist, and there you go. It's released. You take a sharp point of a knife, you follow the pit, and then it's removed. And you can use this method for peaches, nectarines, you name it. Any fruit with a stone, do this method. Once that's done, you can slice it, put it on a dehydrator rack, and you're ready to go. So you preheat your machine at 125, then we let it go for 12 hours. Afterwards, you'll get this leathery fruit to come out. It's brittle, feels dry, but all the sugars are concentrated and it's in a form that can last for months now. You can rehydrate them by adding some boiling water and then use them in any fruit recipe. You can eat them as is if you like to go hiking or camping. You can buzz them up into a powder, and these can be transformed into a sauce. You can mix them together. You can add them to a shake. It's a very important method. Try it out. If you have a lot of extra fruit around, it's another way to ensure that you're doing something that's environmentally friendly, it's healthy, and you might even just like the way it tastes. Share, like, and subscribe, people. I hope you have a really great week. Keep it sweet, stay dry, and I'll see you next time.